Ever found yourself awake at 3 a.m., worrying about things you can't control? It's a situation we've all been in, right? It's the middle of the night, and your mind is racing with thoughts of health concerns, financial troubles, relationship issues, or job insecurities. It's these worries that keep us up, that keep us stressed, that make us question if there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Now let's take a moment and think, is there a solution to these worries? Can we find a way to manage these anxieties that seem to be a universal part of the human experience? Is it possible to navigate the stormy seas of stress and worry and find a safe harbor? Well, we're about to delve into some insights from the book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, that might just hold the answers. Penned by Dale Carnegie, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living is a treasure trove of practical advice. This book, my friends, is a beacon of light in a world where worry and stress have become our constant companions. Dale Carnegie, a name synonymous with effective communication and interpersonal skills, uses his profound understanding of human nature to offer pragmatic solutions to our worry-filled lives. Carnegie, whose notable works include the ever-popular How to Win Friends and Influence People, has been leading the charge in self-help literature since the early 20th century. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living is a testament to his deep-rooted belief in the power of a positive mindset. The book is a compilation of tested techniques and real-life stories, all aimed at helping us manage the unavoidable worries of life. It's not about eliminating worry, but about learning how to deal with it. The book's main themes revolve around the importance of living in the present, accepting the inevitable, and turning worry into action. It's a practical, down-to-earth guide, offering a blueprint to lead a worry-free life. Over the years, this book has served as a lifeline for millions of people worldwide, helping them lead happier, more fulfilled lives. It's more than just a book. It's a roadmap to tranquility. So, let's explore some of the book's key points. Ever heard of the saying, take each day as it comes? This old adage is the backbone of our first principle from the book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. It's all about living in day-tight compartments. Now, what does it mean to live in day-tight compartments? Imagine a ship sailing across the open sea. This ship is designed with separate compartments that can be sealed off to prevent water from flooding the entire vessel if there's a leak. Now apply this concept to your life, where each day is a compartment. You seal off yesterday, you seal off tomorrow, and you live solely within the confines of today. Living in day-tight compartments means focusing on the present, the here and now. It's about not letting the worries of yesterday or the anxieties of tomorrow seep into today's compartment. Let's draw some examples to illustrate this. Imagine you're a student studying for an important exam. You could spend your time worrying about what might happen if you fail, or you could focus on today's study schedule, on understanding today's topics. By doing the latter, you're living in a day-tight compartment. Or, let's say you're in a job you don't particularly enjoy. Instead of fretting over the future or reminiscing about past career choices, you could look for ways to make your current day's work more enjoyable or productive. Again, that's living in a day-tight compartment. This principle isn't about ignoring the future or forgetting the past. It's about not letting those times control your present. It's about understanding that worrying about tomorrow's problems won't make them disappear. Instead, it'll only rob you of today's peace. Adopting this principle can lead to a significant reduction in stress and worry. It allows you to fully engage with the present, to give your best to the tasks at hand, and to enjoy the current moment without being overshadowed by what was or what might be. By focusing on the present, we can alleviate many of our worries about the future. Do you fret over things you simply can't change? If you answered yes, you're not alone. It's a common human trait to stress over uncontrollable aspects of our lives. But what if I told you there's a way to rise above this? This brings us to the second principle from Dale Carnegie's enlightening book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Accept the inevitable. Accepting the inevitable might sound like a passive surrender, but it's far from it. It's about acknowledging reality and understanding that certain things are beyond our control. It's about letting go of the futile urge to control every aspect of our lives and instead focusing on what we can shape and influence. This principle is a powerful tool to ward off worry and lead a more peaceful life. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic and you're running late for an important meeting. You're worried and stressed, but does it change the situation? The answer is no. This is a classic example of an inevitable circumstance. No matter how much you worry, you can't control the traffic. So what's the solution? Accept it. Use this time to prepare for the meeting, listen to a podcast, or simply enjoy the music on your radio. By doing so, you're turning a stressful situation into a productive or enjoyable one. Or consider a situation where you've made a mistake at work that can't be undone. Instead of worrying about the consequences, accept the mistake, learn from it, and focus on how to prevent it in the future. This approach not only reduces worry, but also promotes personal growth and development. In both these scenarios, the key is acceptance. It's about realizing and acknowledging that some things are just beyond our control. And that's okay, it's part of life. By accepting the inevitable, we will free ourselves from the shackles of worry. We allow ourselves to focus on what truly matters, our actions, our reactions, and our attitudes. So, next time you find yourself worrying about something you can't change, remember this principle. Embrace the inevitable, learn from it, grow from it, and most importantly, don't let it steal your peace of mind. By accepting the inevitable, we free ourselves from unnecessary worry. Ever felt paralyzed by worry? It's a sensation all too familiar, isn't it? The third principle from the book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, sheds light on this very phenomenon. It tells us to turn worry into action. Now you might be wondering, how does that work? Let's delve into it. Imagine worry as a cloud, a dense, heavy cloud that's hanging over your head. It's there and it's real. But instead of letting it pour down on you, what if you could harness its energy? That's exactly what turning worry into action means. It's about channeling the energy from the worry cloud into something constructive, something that can help you move forward. Consider this example. You're worried about an upcoming presentation at work. It's keeping you up at night, making your heart race. Now, instead of stewing in your worry, you decide to take action. You start by breaking down the task, researching your topic, structuring your presentation, rehearsing it. Each small step you take is a jab at the worry cloud, slowly dispersing it. And before you know it, you've turned your worry into productive action. This principle is not about ignoring your worries. It's about acknowledging them and using them as a catalyst to spur you into action. Because action, my friends, is the antidote to worry. It's a way to reclaim your power from the clutches of worry. It's a way to assert control over the situation instead of letting the situation control you. Let's take another example. You're worried about your health. Instead of fretting over it, you decide to take action. You start eating healthier, exercising regularly, going for regular checkups. Each step you take is chipping away at the worry, replacing it with confidence and control. So the next time you find yourself tangled in the web of worry, remember this principle. Turn your worry into action, because action, unlike worry, is forward-moving. It's productive, it's empowering, and most importantly, it's within your control. By taking action, we can transform our worry into productive energy. So, can we really stop worrying and start living? Indeed, we can. And this book has provided us with some practical principles to do just that. Let's take a moment to recap. Firstly, we explored the concept of living in day-tight compartments. By focusing on the present, we can alleviate the stress that comes from worrying about the past or the future. This principle encourages us to live in the here and now, making the most of the moment at hand. Next, we tackled the principle of accepting the inevitable. There are certain things in life that we simply cannot change, and fretting over these can only lead to unnecessary stress. By accepting these as part of life, we free ourselves from the burden of worry that they bring. Finally, we delved into the idea of turning worry into action. Instead of letting worry paralyze us, we can use it as a catalyst for change. By identifying what worries us and taking steps to address it, we transform our worry into productive action. These principles, if applied consistently, can help reduce worry and stress, leading to a more fulfilling and enjoyable life. It's not about eliminating all worries, but rather learning how to manage them effectively. Remember, stress and worry don't have to control your life. You have the power to change. Start living a worry-free life today.